Hello intrepid cooks! We're back here again at Max's Original, and I'm going to try to make some banana bread that is gluten-free. It has an egg in it, but it's not totally vegan. It's going to be sugar-free, made with agave. So let's get going on it. I have all of my stuff out here, as you can see. I have my Bob's Red Mill all-purpose baking flour. Now this is garbanzo bean and fava bean with some tapioca and potato flour in there. And you can substitute this 1 cup per 1 cup for any of your recipes, as long as you put in a teaspoon of xanthan gum with it, which will help bind it together, which will take the place of the gluten, but is tolerable to people who have intolerance to gluten, I guess. So let's get going. You can buy this at any grocery store that has a health food section. So we have 2 cups of Bob's all-purpose. We have a teaspoon of the xanthan gum. We have 2 teaspoons of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda. Teaspoon of salt. And I need a teaspoon of cinnamon. And of course I haven't peeled my bananas yet. We'll get that going. Now let's do our wet. I've whisked that and we're going to do our wet. I have preheated my oven to 325 and it's going to cook for about 35 minutes. I'm going to turn it halfway through. So here's my wet. Here's 2/3 of a cup of rice milk, 1 egg, agave nectar. Now this, this is not really a low-calorie banana bread because you can't really make one. But it's not going to be, I'm trying to reduce the calories as much as I can. How about that? But agave has 80 calories per tablespoon. And that was 2/3 of a cup. Now, this recipe called for 2/3 of a cup of oil. Half a cup of oil. I just felt like that was way too many calories. So I'm doing a 1/4 cup of oil and 1 serving of Mott's, no sugar added, applesauce. Alright, do I have everything in there except the bananas? Here's my bananas. Let me kind of whisk all that together. Alright, open up these bananas. They look nasty, don't they? But when they're this brown is when they're their sweetest. So you just kind of put them in there, use your fingers, whatever you want to do. I don't have to wash this again. It'll be alright, it'll be alright. So as intrepid cooks, we take recipes and we change them to suit our own fancies and what we want to have. So don't be afraid to change a recipe to something that you want it to be. You just want to make sure that your batter is good, and you want to make sure that it is going to taste the way you want it to taste. So let's get going here. I'm going to finish mixing this whole thing up, put it in this pan, and hopefully in 35 minutes I'm going to have some banana bread. Alright, well, mashing bananas in the liquid is harder than I thought it was going to be. I really hope this turns out. I've taken a basic banana bread recipe and changed it up. But I want it to be good tasting, or else why make it, right? A lot of times you get these health food replacement recipes that aren't good. They're just not good. So hopefully this is going to be good. I'm going to I'm going to stir it up a little bit. See, everyone in my family is trying to eat a little healthier, and I like to cook. I've always liked to cook. So I'm trying to make it easier for us to eat healthier. I'd like to lose about 7 or 8 pounds. But I'd really just like to feel good, Just exercise and feel good. And now that we're having a little bit of a cold snap here in Mississippi, meaning it's only getting up to 80 today, it just feels good outside. So my batter looks pretty good. Can you see that? You want it to be kind of runny. that means it's going to be moist. Pour it in. I want to get all of it. Where's my spatula? Get my spatula. Get it all. Can't get my arm out of there. There we go. Get it all in there. And now I'm going to put it in the oven. I'm going to turn it after 20 minutes, cook it the whole time for 35 minutes. Take it out. I'm going to let it cool for about 15 minutes. Then I'm going to eat some of it. Okay, here is the banana bread right here. Doesn't that look good? Came out very moist. I almost thought it was too wet at first, but then I thought it's going to dry out a little bit. But it's not wet, it's just moist. So I'm going to try it now. Oh my gosh. It's falling apart. I got it too soon. I should have let it sit, but I couldn't wait because I'm petulant. Here we go. Man, the flavors are right. Lots of banana, some cinnamon. I think this is a keeper. I got some really good flavors going on here. It's really moist. I'm going to see how it turns out after it's sat around for a day, because, you know, I want to see that. I think, you know, if I could maybe cut down on the rice milk just a little bit. Well, the egg adds the fluffiness that you need. Kind of the baking powder and the baking soda to lighten up the banana. So, I mean, it's good. It's good. You're going to like this if you make it. It's gluten-free. It's sugar-free. It's not vegan, but you're going to love it. So, intrepid cooks, make this banana bread and you'll be a hit with all your friends.